Hi, boys and girls. If you were not able to make it to the Zoom meeting today, I wanted to record the story that I read for everybody. And if you were able to make it to the meeting, but you just want to hear the story again, go ahead and listen to this video. This book is called It Looked Like Spilt Milk, and the author and illustrator is Charles G. Shaw. Now I picked this one because this is something that now that the weather's getting nice, and actually today would be a really great day to go outside and do this. You can walk outside and you can look around outside, and you'll notice that this book has a little idea for something you can do just taking a walk outside. It looked like spilt milk. Sometimes it looked like spilt milk, but it wasn't spilt milk. So think about it. If you take your milk and you pour it out, it sometimes would look like this, but sometimes that milk would move around on the table or the counter, whatever you spilled it on. It might look a little different, but it wasn't spilled milk at all. Let's see what it was. Sometimes it looked like a rabbit, but it wasn't a rabbit. What does that one look like? Sometimes it looked like a bird, but it wasn't a bird. Think about what this one looks like. Sometimes it looked like a tree, but it wasn't a tree. This one looks good. Sometimes it looked like an ice cream cone, but it wasn't an ice cream cone. I thought this one looked kind of tricky, but during our meeting today, Annabelle thought about it, and she was able to tell me what she thought it looked like, same as the author thought. Sometimes it looked like a flower, but it wasn't a flower. Sometimes it looked like a pig, but it wasn't a pig. Are you thinking about what it really is? If it's not spilled milk, and it's not a pig, and a bird, and a flower, think about what this author might be looking at. Blue background, it's white. Sometimes it looked like a birthday cake, but it wasn't a birthday cake. And sometimes it looked like a sheep, but it wasn't a sheep. This one's kind of tricky. Sometimes it looked like a great horned owl, but it wasn't a great horned owl. Remember, we learned about great horned owls when we studied nocturnal animals back in the fall, and we learned a lot about different kind of owls. The great horned owl has feathers that look like horns. And sometimes it looked like a mitten, but it wasn't a mitten. And sometimes it looked like a squirrel, but it wasn't a squirrel. And sometimes it looked like an angel, but it wasn't an angel. And sometimes it looked like spilt milk, but it wasn't spilt milk. It was just a cloud in the sky. And that's the end of the story. So in this story, the author is thinking about taking a walk outside and looking up at the clouds and noticing that the clouds look like different things. So that was a fun thing. I used to do this with my kids when they were younger. We'd be out in the backyard, and you can lay down, you can look up at the sky, you can walk around and look up at the sky. And when you look up there, you might see clouds that look like real things. Maybe they have the shape of one of the things in our book, like a pig, or that one about the squirrel was kind of silly. Maybe it looks like the ice cream cone. Maybe it looks like whatever your brain can think of. So if we were at school, we would be doing this project after I read that story. So I have blue paper. That would be the clouds, or I'm sorry, the sky. And then I have these little clouds. And the words on the cloud say, I looked up in the sky and thought I saw but it was just a cloud. So I'm going to be making a packet, and on Monday everybody will be getting this packet either when you pick up your lunch at school, or I will drop it off at your house in your mailbox. And inside of the packet, you will have a cloud to cut out and glue to the blue paper. And then I want you to take a walk outside or go in your backyard and look up in the sky. Today's a great day to do it. You can either use your white crayon and you can draw what you see up in the sky and then color it in, because we know white works good on blue paper. Or after you draw it, I did this and it kind of looks cool. So I drew the outline of what I saw up in the sky, and then I filled it in with cotton balls and a little bit of glue, tiny, tiny little pieces of cotton balls that I ripped off and glued on there. And I'll tell you what I saw when I looked up in the sky. I looked up in the sky and thought I saw a fish, but it was just a cloud. So I want you to take a walk around, see what you can find. If you do this project at your house, take a picture, ask mom or dad to send me a picture of what you did for your project. And inside of the packet, you're also going to have some materials to make some different projects. I'm going to be sending everybody another Let's Find Out magazine. So this is the one, Let's Find Out. If you see a spring flower, you might bend down to sniff it. So this is a spring story, all about different things that you might see if you take a walk in the spring. It has a good pattern in it. It has a lot of snap words in it. It has some great pictures, so you can use your picture power. It has lots of labels of some different spring things that we talked about before we left school, some of our spring words. And there's a fun activity on the back that you can say it, spell it, and then write it. So you can say the word, you can color the letters in the word, and then you can practice writing the word. And all of these words are words that you can find in the Let's Find Out magazine. And this one is a bonus word. It is a 5-letter word. These ones are all 4-letter words. You will also be getting this Let's Find Out magazine, all about the weather that we're starting to have in the spring. My Wild Weather Day. So it's all about a girl who had a soccer game and different kinds of wild weather on that day. So there's going to be another pattern. Again, lots of picture power that you can use when you read it. You can notice the picture, find the pattern in the magazine, and then make sure you use your pointer power, find those snap words that we've learned about, and you can read about this wild weather. The weather changed 6 different times during this girl's soccer game. And then on the back, there's an activity to think about things that you would wear on different kinds of weathered days, on a cool day, on a hot day, on a rainy day, or on a snowy day. You can choose the weather word, and then you can write it underneath the clothes that you would wear on that day. Then the last thing that will be in the packet will be all of the materials that you need to make this project. So since we're talking about spring, and I always like to do an art project for the hall, this is the one that I was planning on doing. And it looks kind of tricky, but it's really not too tricky. You'll get a piece of blue paper. I will have all of these pieces cut out, all of the green for the stem and the leaves, all of the grass that you will just snip to make the fringe of the grass. And then you will get 5 small petals, and you will get 10 big petals. And I will make a YouTube video that tells you exactly how to make this, and it gives you step-by-step directions, but you will have all of the materials that you need, including these little circles for the center of the flower. So you can, again, make this project. Ask mom or dad to take a picture of it. You can post it on our Facebook page. You can send it to me and remind, but I'd love to see what you do, and I really hope you have fun with it. That's my goal. I want you to have some fun doing your work at home. So I will post another video with step-by-step directions how to do that in just a little bit. And until I see you guys again, take care. Miss you. Bye-bye.